Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this Open Championship edition of the GolfMonger Show. I'm your host, Brian Steffen, here at thegolfdirector.com. Phil Mickelson's story of the day. Just finished up, tied a major championship round record with a 63, 8 under today. It was start to finish a fantastic round. He had no blemishes on the scorecard, which, raise your hand if you had Phil doing well this week. Not me. I can't. Did you? Boss, did you remember to change your fantasy team?
No. No, but in some of the picks here, the guys
You're killing me.
said, who you think? And I said, Mickelson.
You're killing me. So anyway, I didn't. I really didn't think that he wasn't totally off my radar, but he wasn't one of the guys. And let me just say, doesn't say much for me because my fantasy team is, thank God for Zach Johnson, the defending champ, who's 5 under right now. 6 under, through 16. He's two
That's
shots
George
back
how
of Phil.
he's doing with Shane Lowry.
So thanks for tuning in, folks. It is the Open Championship. I'm a little punchy. I've been up since 1:30 this morning Eastern time watching this thing. I got to be honest with you. I dozed off and on the couch. I think I missed 20 minutes, half hour here or there. You know, guys were on the second hole. I woke up. Then the next thing you know, guys putting on the fifth green. I lost some time in there somewhere, but real quick, we'll get update of the leaderboard here as we're 1:30 in the afternoon East Coast time. Phil's in the house. We said at 8 under. Zach Johnson through 16. He's teeing off on 17 now. He's at 6 under. Hashtag top 5. Our boy Patrick Reed had the low round this morning. He went out in 5 under, 66. Martin Commer's there right now through 17, and a bunch of guys in at 4 under. You got Justin Thomas. How about that kid? We like that kid.
Yep.
He's in a bromance with Jordan Spieth. They're pals. This is his first round at an Open Championship, and he shot 67. Steve Stricker playing his 6th round of golf in the last 5 years. I don't know I mean, he barely plays anymore. Yeah. He plays in major championships in Wisconsin, I think, is the only place he plays. He shot 67 along with Billy Horschel. Little surprise there. Our boy Tony Finau. And Soren Yeltsin and Andy Sullivan all at 4 under. So, a lot of the fun thing about the Open Championship on the first day, maybe even sometimes the first 2 days, because there's players from like 47 countries or something like that playing in this. That number might be low. You get names you've never even heard of. You know, at least if you're American fans. You know, for us here in the States, you get guys like, there's a Japanese golfer, Yuta Aikida. He's 3 under. Never heard of the guy. I mean, so on that first day, you see these names up there on the scoreboard, and you're like, wow. And you know they're not going to be there come Sunday. Hell, they're not even going to be there come Saturday. But it's fun to see guys like that. Now, the Americans are on a bit of a run, winning major championships at Troon. They've won the last 6, I believe. So, and of course, Phil and Zach Johnson, Patrick Reed leading the way. That's only day 1, but the trend seems to still be going in the same direction. But let me tell you, Lefty, I was watching, and he had the flat stick going today. And he didn't have a lot of kick-in birdies. He was making 20-footers, 30-footers. I mean, he lipped out a 15-footer for birdie on 18 that would have set the all-time major course record of 62. Yeah, it was halfway in the hole, and it went out. So what do you? I mean,
the interesting thing about that is that you don't play this course the way Americans normally play golf. It doesn't fit the American style of golf, yet they play well there.
Actually, today they can. Because the weather conditions are conducive today. And apparently, it's been raining in Troon,
think of that.
Prestwick, for about 3 weeks straight, though.
Yeah.
Which is even a little bit more for them. So the course is really green.
Yeah.
Like, I turned the TV on this morning. I was like, I thought maybe it was just my eyes because it was 1:30 in the morning. I didn't go to bed. I didn't even go to bed. I was like, what? You know, what am I watching? Because normally it's a little more dried out, a little more brownish yellow colors you see. But they've had a ton of rain, and they kept bringing it up. And Nick Faldo on the covers was really alluding to it a lot. And it's bright blue, sunny day today. About a 12-mile-an-hour wind, so nothing real terrible. But you better get what you can get today, because apparently the weather's coming in. I made the comment to you, Jeff, before we came on the air. The guys are doing okay now in the afternoon, actually have an advantage because rain's supposed to come in tomorrow, but I think guys teeing off in the morning might get out before the rain comes. So guys that had the morning today and get the afternoon tomorrow, I think they're going to get hit with the brunt of the weather. And so it'll be interesting. Guys like Jason Day, my pick, who shot 2 over today, and he was all over the yard. Jordan Spieth was 5 missed putts away from being 5 under. He shot even, and he couldn't find the bottom of the cup. He didn't play bad at all. He just couldn't make a putt. So, and we all know how he can putt. So, if he keeps hitting the ball the way he is and putting himself in position, those putts are going to start dropping.
Yeah.
And his score is going to go lower. And a lot of these other guys that took advantage of the weather today, their score might start coming back. So don't count out Spieth either. But you got to love what Phil did today. It's fun because he's older. Everybody likes him. It's fun to talk about. Now the thing will be, can he hold on for 3 more days and, so on and so forth. Zach Johnson, though, defending champ, he made a comment. They get to keep. There's actually 3 copies of the Claret Jug.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The original always stays at St. Andrews on display. Number 2 is what the champion gets and gets to keep for the year. And then there's a 3rd copy that they tour around and show, take to events and charity functions and things like that, so that people can see and get pictures taken and stuff. But there's actually 3 copies of it. So Zach Johnson, yes, when he got to Troon, he had to give it back. And he had said that was the worst feeling in the world. And he was hoping he could take it back in a few days. Like he wanted to win that bad because he said it was the worst feeling in the world giving back that trophy. Now he's won Augusta. He's won the Masters. He didn't say the worst feeling was having to put the jacket on the next guy the next year. He said giving that back.
So let me ask you a question.
Worst feeling. Yeah.
The thought that's going through my mind,
sure,
thinking about them giving it back.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there some video that circulated on social media about those guys drinking out of that thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Last year when he won, the guys were on the private jet back with him, guys like Jordan Spieth and I think Ricky Fowler and, all those guys that hang out and they travel together. They were all partying and drinking out of it. So apparently those golfers don't have the same superstition as like other sports.
Yeah.
Like hockey players will not touch the Stanley Cup till they win it.
Yeah.
Absolutely will not. And they also won't touch any other trophy that they win along the way. As a team, like when you win the regular season, they give you a trophy, they don't touch it.
Well, I'm just thinking about this too now. So if somebody different has had this thing every year, they've probably done the same thing.
Sure.
So you're drinking out of a jug here that have got
that people have drank out of for 145 years.
For 145 years.
So what?
Do you just put it in the dishwasher, or what do you do with it, man?
I don't care. I'm the champion golfer of the world. I don't care who drank out of my Claret jug. I don't care who drank out of it before me. And besides, alcohol kills everything anyway, right?
I don't know.
That's why I never get sick. That's why I never get sick. I'm fermented on the inside.
Yeah.
But no, it's zero surprise to me that he's sitting at 6 under through 17 holes, because he was like, I don't like giving this back. I want to keep it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool that they mentioned that on the broadcast bright and early this morning while it was still dark outside.
That's a good story.
Here. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Well, listen, that's like if you go back to what Rory said early in the week and everybody was killing him about his choice to fall out of the withdraw from the Olympics. Do you think it's not helping? And he's like, hey, I didn't start playing golf to grow the game. I started playing golf to win championships.
Yep.
And I did read a statement that he said he wished he would have, because he got beat up a little bit for that.
Yep, he's still getting beat up.
And he still is. And he had Rex Hoggart had put something out on Twitter earlier today from the Golf Channel that said something along the lines, he said he wished he would have expanded more on that part of his answer, saying that not that he doesn't want to grow the game, And so he's involved with junior golf. He's involved with the first tee. He does some things. He said, but that's not his main purpose. He said, I wish I would have expanded more in the moment, and maybe I wouldn't have got beat up so bad. And to be honest with you, I'm totally fine with what he said. I'm totally fine with what he said. Grown athletes, his play on the course helps grow the game because he's exciting to watch. Man, I wish I could play golf like him. Young kids will want to try to play golf like that. I've always been on the side of the athletes when people hang things on them and say you're role models. They are a role model. Role model for kids should start in the house with parents. Not to get on my soapbox, but so I didn't have a big problem with what he said about I didn't get in the game to grow the game. I got in the game to win championships. Of course you did. And now that you're winning championships, then you can do things to help grow the game. So I think one before the other, but I don't know. What about you? I didn't have a problem with it.
I kind of straddle the fence on a little bit, okay, because he is affecting the growth of the game, okay, whether he got into it or not. There are a lot of kids who idolize him, who heard him say what he said, okay. Getting to whether he should go to the Olympics or not, man, I don't blame him for that. I don't blame anybody for not getting into that mess, and I agree 100% with their decisions. Whatever they decide to do there, whether they go or not, doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
But I kind of straddle the fence on his comment there, okay? I get what he's saying, and if you're a professional player of any sort, your focus needs to be to win, or you shouldn't be doing it.
I have to interrupt you for a second. We've got the TV coverage on here in the studio, and the mechanic, most interesting man in the world, just went from 3 over to 1 over on the 16th hole. He just He just jarred it from the fairway for an eagle. And, of course, he's dancing in the fairway. He's got his, all he's missing is his glass of wine and his cigar to celebrate. But, yeah, he looks like he's about 80 yards out, 100 yards out, and he just 2 hops behind the hole, sucks it right back in the cup.
That's cool.
Yeah. No, but and at first I thought I was on the fence when I thought about it. But actually, if you take it into the context of the way the question was asked, he was asked about does he feel that his not going to the Olympics, shouldn't he go there to help grow the game because the whole world watches the Olympics?
Yeah.
So he's talking about that one instance,
Yeah.
the way the question was asked. I think if it was blanketly asked, hey, don't you think you have a responsibility to grow the game, period. But I think in the way he answered the question, it was specifically asked about the Olympics.
Yeah, great point.
Because the whole world watches the Olympics, and you're not going where maybe you could affect growth of the game by playing in the Olympics.
Yeah.
So that's why, to me, in that circumstance, I don't have a problem with his answer and his attitude. And then when he came back and pointed out, because I know, I'm familiar with the stuff he does. I know that there is a first tee program outside of New York where he donated $250,000 because I know somebody up there that's affiliated with it. So he does for the game, and he does some junior golf stuff over in his home country. So I know he already does. So I didn't have that big of a problem with the answer. But the whole Olympic thing is crazy anyway. I mean, obviously we can talk about that more when it gets closer to the Olympics. This is Open Championship time, but they picked the wrong country and the wrong setting to try to bring the Olympics back.
You mean golf back to the Olympics?
Or golf back to the Olympics. Yeah, they picked the wrong. Well, I go to a country that doesn't have golf, they had to build a golf course for. I got a whole laundry list of reasons why.
Well, the reason they did it was money.
I understand that. And it also the whole crookedness of the IOC and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And how, I mean, it's a big mess, that whole thing right now. Zach Johnson, I have to correct myself. He bogeyed 17, so he's at 5 under, 3 shots back of Phil. But today's been a fun day, and it's going to be fun. The weather's going to change, so that's going to be interesting to watch as what traditionally we all like to see in the Open Championship. The wind, rain, not perfect conditions, because let's face it, we've touched, how many times have we said this? I know I have 100 times here on this show. Pros are spoiled, PGA Tour guys, because they play in pristine conditions all the time.
Yeah.
That's why anytime they play in something that's not, all they do is whine and cry. Well, the greens weren't this, or the rough was too high, or it's golf. The fact that they play on 10,000 square foot greens everywhere they go that are mostly flat and airport runways for fairways that are trimmed perfectly so balls roll out forever when they hit them. I mean, they play in perfect conditions all the time.
Yeah.
You know, weather, you can't control weather, but the courses are always perfectly pristine everywhere they play. And if they're the best in the world, they ought to be able to play in the parking lot out here.
I agree.
It should make a darn bit of difference. So that's another thing we all like about the U.S. Open and the Open Championship. The U.S. Open because of the rough, and we watch guys struggle and hack it around, and makes it like how we play a little bit. And then the Open because of the weather, and the same reason that they struggle a bit is, you know, when it starts raining and the wind blows, because we don't see that. When the conditions they play in the Open Championship, you and I'd be sitting in the clubhouse drinking a beer, waiting for it to stop raining. We would not be playing in it.
Yeah, or out under a cart with the cart
Right.
side by side.
Right, with the cart side by side under a tree. We've been there, done that, yeah. So, but no, the rest of the week's going to be great. I mean, I've been, if you guys, you know, everybody follows me on Twitter at GolfMonger. I've been all over it all day, tweeting, having a good time. And there is and I wanted to bring this up because it's funny. There is a Twitter handle that was started, and it's the postage stamp hole bunker. And I'm going to pull it up here on Twitter real quick because it's a good follow. It's called, let me find it real quick. It's called Troon Coffin Trap. So it's at Troon, Troon, Coffin Trap. And it just, every time someone goes in there and takes a six coming out, it starts tweeting and posting about it. I was talking to the trap this morning about how it ate up Bubba Watson. When he got in the trap and it took him, he got a six on the hole, I think. Yeah, it's hysterical. Follow. It's at Troon Coffin Trap. It's awesome. It was created probably this morning or yesterday, and it's already got almost 1,300 followers.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, we'll be all over this all day. Sunday morning we'll be back here. TV coverage comes on at 7, so that's when we'll be back on there, and we'll have George and HR3 and the professor's going to join us for a little while, and maybe have some other guest hosts. We're still working on some people to come in here and chit-chat with us. I'm trying to talk our old fantasy golf buddy into coming out. He's Catholic. He can go to church anytime. He doesn't need to go Sunday morning. But we're going to wrap things up here. And, boss, today's show, our good friend Mr. Russ Ortiz, former MLB pitcher, was 2GG Apparel.
Yeah.
Second guy golf, of course, had
I almost wore my hat today.
It's funny. We'd have been Bobsy twins. You want to wear them on Sunday when we play golf?
Yeah, let's do that.
We can be
We'll
buddies.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he's going to be in, the reason I bring it up, and I want to give him a shout out, they're going to be in Myrtle Beach in a couple of weeks for an event. So
cool.
I'm going to try to bring them in. We'll get together.
That'd be great.
Yeah, so we're going to wrap things up for the GolfMonger Show here today, the Open Championship edition. And pay attention to me Twitter starting at 1:30 again tomorrow morning as I wake back up and watch this craziness. The Golf Director Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Digital Network for thegolfdirector.com. Be sure to check out our featured golf course page. So you're going to find up-to-date information about course conditions, specials, and a whole lot more. So when you need help with your next Myrtle Beach golf vacation, sitting right over there, hashtag just call Dave, 844-464-6531. Hopefully he'll answer the phone. All of our TGD programming is archived for listening and viewing on demand. Just click on the radio and TV tabs at thegolfdirector.com in the menu section. You can find us on over 1 billion devices. We're on iTunes, Audio Realm, TuneIn, YouTube, Ustream, Roku, Blueberry, Periscope. We're all over the joint. You can watch Jeff and I on Saturday playing golf on Periscope. We're going to have a little bit of fun with that in a charity event. This has been the GolfMonger Show. I'm your host, Brian Steffen. Thanks to Jeff for pushing the buttons, getting me on the air. There's a whole lot of news and information coming up next. And like we always say, folks, keep it in the short grass.